This conference will now be recorded.
Apologize. Hopefully I don't lose my voice before the night is over. Would everyone please rise for the pledge and invocation? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Dear kind Heavenly Father, we are thankful for all the many blessed things that you have bestowed on us. But most of all, Lord, we're thankful for these two young ladies representing Miss Poppy, which is honoring the veterans that sacrifice their lives to keep this great country free and keep us free. And we pray for the ones that are in the militaries now, they're on the front lines or just in the military. Pray for them that they get to come home safely to their family when their time is up. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, we have a public hearing scheduled for 7 o'clock. All the councils present. First thing we have on our agenda is the ordinance 2601, adopt the FY 27 budget tax rates and water and sewer fees.
Is there anyone that came to speak for the public hearing? Okay, we'll just go through a quick summary of it then. This is, okay, so the budgets that are posted online are what are included in the ordinance that was introduced at the last meeting. And they reflect the real property tax rate of 0.3591 per $100 of assessed property value. That is the same rate that it was for the current fiscal year, FY 26. The personal property tax rate at 87 cents per $100 of assessed personal property. And again, this is the same as the current fiscal year. Sanitation and recycling rates would be increasing from $35 to $50 per quarter, and that would bring it to where the town is only at an $8,000 deficit for how much it spends on sanitation and recycling. We've been operating at a much greater deficit the past few years, so it would bring it to where we are almost even. The water and sewer fixed fees will be $77 per EDU for residential and commercial, and the for 1 to 18,000 gallons of wastewater, it would be $9 per 1,000 gallons, and for over 18,000 gallons of wastewater, it would be $13 per 1,000 gallons. And then for the water fixed fee, it's $45 per EDU residential in town, $45 per EDU commercial, and then $67.50 per EDU out of town. And then the rates for water, 1 to 18,000 would be $6.20 for residential and commercial, and $9.30 per 1,000 gallons out of town. And then over 18,000 would be $9.30 residential commercial, and $11.30 per 1,000 gallons for out of town. And then in addition, we have the water and sewer connection fees that would be established as of July 1 to be $12,000 per water connection fee, $18,000 per sewer connection fees, and then as always, the meter cost would be at prevailing rates. Furthermore, with this ordinance, since we now have the connection fees included in the budget ordinance, we would be making resolution 24-02 amend fees for connection to water and wastewater. It would be repealed as of the effective date of this ordinance. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, come on, somebody's got to have a question.
All right, moving on to the second item on the public hearing, it would be repeal of resolution 24-02 amend fees for connection to water and wastewater system. As I just said, those fees would be included in the budget ordinance from here on out, so we wouldn't need to have them in two places. Any questions about that? All right, and then the third and final part of the public hearing is the proposed resolution 2026-02, amend zoning fee schedule. And so you would see on that it's, the only ones that would change were changed as a reflection of inflation and general cost increase. For subdivision review fees, the multi-lot preliminary plat would increase from $300 to $1,000. The combined site plan and preliminary plat, so commercial, industrial, or institutional, would increase from $400 to $1,000. And again, these are based on real rates from the engineer that does these. The water and sewer hydraulic model had previously been in this fee schedule as $130 per EDU for water and for wastewater. But per resolution 2025-03, those were increased to $600 for water and $900 for wastewater. So that dollar amount was already approved when that resolution went into place. It's just being updated in this resolution. For BZA meetings, the variance request is being increased from $300 to $700, and the same thing for a special exception and change or expansion of the non-conforming use, increased from $300 to $700 to reflect the actual costs incurred for each of these hearings. And the final section for document review, public works agreement is increased from $250 to $350. Deeds of easement from $250 to $275, and APFO mitigation requests from $150 to $750. And then the last part is the new construction inspection, which is a $500 fee per EDU. That was established last year in resolution 2025-04. It's just being incorporated in here with all the other fees. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Rachel, that's a lot to spit out there. Nobody has any questions. You're all sitting there spitting a stare on her. We're
I think that's-
Might have been nice if we could have seen it on the screen, not she was spinning out.
I'll back up just for a minute.
They are on the website.
Yeah, just to back up for a minute. What's going up for water and sewer is the fee to be connected to the system. How much you use, how much water you use is not going up. And the $12,000 and $18,000 that she mentioned is for new houses being built to connect to the system. Okay, so just so I understand, we all throw this terminology around because we deal with it all the time. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Right? Correct.
Anybody, any other discussion? Hearing none, do I have a motion to close public hearing?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
have motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carries. We will now go into the regular meeting. I already did the pledge and invocation, so we're ahead of that. Review and approval of meeting minutes for a regular meeting on April 13th, workshop meeting on April 23rd. If the council had a chance to look at it.
Yes, I sent Kim a couple of small corrections. I know, I'm sorry.
So then you make a motion.
I will make a motion to approve, do you want me to do them separate or together? The regular meeting minutes and the workshop meeting minutes?
Whatever's convenient for you.
I will make a motion to approve them both.
And I'll second that with the amendments that she can do.
Okay. Do I have any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstaining, motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Okay, so the general fund at the end of April had an ending balance of $1,492,255.83. We had collection of real estate tax payments, $4,477.16. We also received reimbursement from Washington County Commissioners on Chase 6 realignment of $35,507.50. We received $55,418.95 from Project Open Space for the basketball court resurfacing. We paid Arrow Consulting $6,315 for the comp plan updates. We paid Arrow Consulting $4,702.75 for on-call services for the GIS. And we paid SAE Construction $33,300 for 116 Maple Avenue, which is the new pole barn construction. We paid Spiker Security Services a total of $40,790.89 for the Husky 1,000 point-to-point camera system rack and other related services. And we also earned interest for the month of $5,021.71.
Did you
Yeah.
say whether the one, did they mention the million we moved to United, First United and that?
It's down lower.
Okay.
Okay. Restricted funds had an ending balance of $326,510.62. The only action in that account for the month was interest earned, $812.06. Payroll accounts, just the Z out account, nothing there. First United Bank, our investment account, had an ending balance of $4,297,707.96. This is our reserves. We can count on one that mentions in there. That's okay. We did transfer $1 million from the general fund into the First United Reserve so that we can earn the higher interest rate of 4.19%. And we also earned interest for the month, $12,105.16. We only have one certificate of deposit at Middletown Valley Bank, and that's for the Schaefer Park. Their CD has a balance of $59,414.16, and it earned interest for the month of $156.99. Water Fund had an ending balance of $471,963.04. We received $486,206.81 in water, sewer, and sanitation collections. Of that, water collections was $178,486.58. Sewer collections was $269,052.96. And our sanitation collections was $38,667.24. We paid $2,791.16 for the Crestview bypass pressure reduction engineering service. We paid Fidelity Power System $13,804 for annual generator contracts, and we had interest earned for the month of $520.54. The Water Fund user restricted account had an ending balance of $1,666,862.96. We transferred into that account $42,200 from Richmond American Homes that were water tap fee connections that were paid. And we also earned interest for the month of $3,934.41. The American Rescue Plan balance had ending balance of $604,216.30. We paid HRI $31,160 for Pay App 13. We paid WRA $777.63 for reservoir services. And we paid Arrow Consulting $11,608.76 for other services at the reservoir. And we also earned interest of $1,737.24. The sewer fund had an ending balance of $100,329.23. We received two PFAS settlement payments for the month of $32,330.69. And we transferred $83,000 back to the water user account for a bond payment a few years back that just kind of got missed and needed to be repaid. We also earned interest for the month, $658.48. And the sewer fund restricted account had an ending balance of $426,445.65. We received from Richmond Homes $15,500 for a sewer tap, and we earned interest for the month of $1,023.36. God, that was a lot. I think that's it. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, do I have a motion? Excuse me?
I thought he had a question because I saw him writing something.
Do we have a motion to accept treasurer's report?
I will make a motion, but you probably should have put that 1 million as it listed as a transfer to other accounts, instead of just in the checks written on the regular thing.
Say that again.
Well, assuming the million we moved is in the checks written number, where you should have put that in here as transfers to other accounts. Because the minutes for,
Okay,
kind of, which I didn't really think about until just now, this minute, that it wasn't broken out. But
gotcha.
I would just, as long as we know that classification, maybe we can classify it in the report. I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstain, motion carries.
Makes it look like we paid a lot of bills when we didn't.
Now we have a presentation with two Miss Poppies. Join me up here in front of the flags.
Well, and I'd like to say a few words about our Miss Poppies tonight. We have 3 this year, 2 of which can be with us. As you probably recall from previous years, poppies started to grow abundantly in Europe after World War I. And of course, they were red, and that reminded people of all the bloodshed. The American Legion Auxiliary actually adopted poppies as their national flower in 1918, I believe. And they designated May as Poppy Month. And the Friday before Memorial Day is National Poppy Day. So every May we bring our young ladies to the Mayor Council meeting for a proclamation. This year we have Miss Lily Demers and Miss Stevie Chawley. The other young lady is Miss Sally Smith, and she had a softball game tonight, or baseball game or something, but she couldn't be here. They'll be representing us in both the Sharpsburg and the Boonsburg parades.
Thank you. Congratulations, ladies. I know that's the right hand. You got your baskets there. I try not to breathe when you say catch my cold. Okay?
Please.
I have a proclamation from the Mayor and Council. Whereas America is a land of freedom, preserved and protected willingly and freely by citizen soldiers. Whereas millions who have answered the call to arms have died on the field of battle. Whereas a nation at peace must be reminded of the price of war and the debt owed to those who have died in war. Whereas the red poppy has been designated as a symbol of sacrifice of lives in all wars. And whereas the American Legion Auxiliary has pledged to remind America annually of this debt through the distribution of the memorial flower. Therefore, I, Howard W. Long, Mayor of the town of Boonsboro, Washington County, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2024 as Poppy Month, and ask that all citizens pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom by wearing the memorial poppy on this day. Now, in witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to effect the official seal of the town of Boonsboro, Maryland, this 11th day of May 2026. Howard W. Long, Mayor, town of Boonsboro.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Cindy, you want to look around?
I should add that the poppies that the girls have are made by veterans every year.
Want to meet you?
There you go. So the girls will be happy to distribute the poppies, and if you so desire,
Don't
collect the
get the rest of
donation.
them.
Yeah, hit them all up. Maybe
Get
one
your
of you
dollars
wants to
out.
go in the audience, one of you wants to go to the mayor council. You want to do the mayor council? Your dad's up there?
Here, Lily.
Thank you.
Sure.
Lily will go here.
I'll take this.
Let's
Right.
here. I'm gonna give you a copy.
They're not going to bite you. They're used to doing this. Okay, all right. Otherwise, we would be leaving checking you. Okay. You have a copy already?
I have several.
You need one.
So, buy copies. There it is.
I'll let everyone.
I'm telling you.
Put money in and take one out, that's what happens. Thank you.
Stevie, thank you. Nice.
You're tired. I'm tired.
Please.
Christie.
Take
You come on this side.
Christie.
I'm tired too. Will you take me with you?
Yes, we are.
Thank you for letting us.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Look forward to it every year.
You're good.
They need ones, I've got some available.
You.
So young. Hey. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
This is Lily. No, you didn't do this.
Oh.
Hold on. Susan needs a picture of Miss Poppy here.
You got it.
I don't know about that.
Turn around.
I was actually auctioneering some. I didn't need to see the bow.
Susan needs to see the.
My wife just come in.
I don't know why.
I don't have the proclamation.
Because I guess the Legion.
Good night, Stevie.
Good luck.
You want to take a picture of Lily with the proclamation? Lily, you want a picture? Here, let me take a picture of you. Come on back, come on back. Take a little bit. How's that? While we hold up. We're not shaking it.
Thank you all. Moving on to the agenda, we have guests tonight, Richard Keysecker, Reuben Moss, National Road Heritage Foundation, and the National Road Call. Gentlemen, pull the chair up. Come on up front, Dick. Yes.
Stay in the background.
No, you don't want, you want to be on the front line.
Right.
Well, first, we'd like to thank you very much for taking time to hear us on this exciting project that we have. And I think it's going to benefit not only the museum, but also the town of Boonesboro. So Reuben is going to take it from here and go ahead, Reuben.
Well, first, before I get into the project, I know a couple faces are not going to be staying there after the election. So we wanted to say thank you to everybody on the current council. You all have been very supportive and have believed in us as we've gotten this museum open and have been growing what we've been doing there with the property. Also wanted to take a moment to say that we are trying to increase our involvement in the community. We have a community yard sale on May 30th. And we just announced that we will be holding a monthly game night that people can participate in as one of many projects and programs we're hoping to start growing to increase community involvement. So with that said, as Dick said, thank you for having us tonight. We've for many years talked about wanting to do something with the, yeah, it's the neighbor dog over there.
Oh, okay.
You make copies.
That's fine, that's Drew's buddy.
Okay, well, Drew, go control your buddy.
For several years, we've talked about wanting to do something with the space in between the museum buildings. Tonight, we're hoping to leave with your blessing and approval for a plan we've been putting together for about a year now. I think we've been doing this. So when we went into this, the primary goals for for what we wanted to do there. Obviously, the trolley station museum has not been wheelchair accessible. So we want to add a ramp to the building, which will make it accessible, improve the visitor experience to the museum, and that'll help us market to larger tour groups. We also wanted to improve downtown beautification, adding some parkland with paths, further bridging Main Street with Schaefer Memorial Park. We'd like to consider that portion of land part of the park connecting to Main Street, with eventual plantings and tree-shaded benches between and behind the buildings for public use. And we figured we could add part of Boonesboro's streetscape back, which I'll talk about later. Then there were other opportunities that we figured we could tie in, including a new entertainment venue, a potential space for us to do outdoor programming, and to possibly have a outdoor space we could rent for events and help with the museum's self-sufficiency. And finally, the big thing, we wanted to be able to do this without any cost to the town. It is town-owned property, but we don't want the town to be on the hook for this big idea of ours. So we didn't want to come before you until we knew we could at least get it started to a point that we could then do more fundraising if we need to. But we should be able to do all of it without needing to ask the town for any money. So this is one of the sketches that we provided to the architect for kind of an overview of what we want to do with the front portion of the property. Most of what I'm going to share are the sketches we did and gave to the architect and the contractor. The first I want to point out is the orange there. That is the location we're planning for the wheelchair ramp. It will be ADA compliant, obviously, divided into 3 13-foot runs with 5-foot level landings between each run. It'll be minimal impact with construction along the south face of the trolley station so that it doesn't obstruct the 2 porch surfaces or the back side of the trolley station. And it'll be the most compact and most direct access between the 2 museums. And it'll have a uniform appearance designed to match the trolley station's existing porch railings. So that is the back view looking towards Main Street of the property right now. And what the final result would look like, this is our concept sketch. You can see the wheelchair ramp there along the building. And then the other elements that I'll talk about here in a moment. We already have architect drawings for the project, and we are ready to proceed with permitting once we have the town's permission. The ramp is part of a larger but minor impact assembly. The entire structure would be supported by concrete tube feet that would only go down about 30 inches. So that would be the deepest we'd have to dig on the property. All other excavation would be just surface landscaping with new topsoil and adding the sidewalks. The rest of the proposed fabrication you see there in red is a triangular covered stage and a facsimile of the building that used to stand on the site, which was an old ice factory. You can see it attached to the trolley station there in this pretty poor Xerox, but you get a good view of the building there. It was, it'll be above ground wall only, just with the concrete feet and 6x6 timber supporting it. It'll hide the non-original wheelchair ramp, kind of protecting the historic view of the streetscape and returning a missing visual element. The presence of the likeness of the ice factory will also help us to better provide a historical interpretation on that site, which was once Boonesboro's Industrial Center. And it'll add a visual element for the park, as well as serving as a backdrop and the support structure for the stage, and a partial sound barrier between the rest of the park. We have another historic picture there. You can see it in the foreground attached to the trolley station, and both buildings shared the shelter that protected the trolleys from the weather. This was circa 1920. The pictured here, the building opened, the ice factory had opened between 1904 and 1910. It had a large compressor machine and a 6-ton freezing tank. And this is the last photo we could find of it still standing. It's dated 1986. But you can see it still was pretty significant for the streets.
See, I did tell my husband this evening, I remembered that, so I'm not as old as what some people might think I am, but I do remember that building.
Didn't it have a huge scale in front of it too?
Yeah,
The scale was added by the hardware store, yeah.
Never saw it.
you are right there, you're
So,
so much younger.
so this is the view right now of the property, and what we're proposing to add and make it look a little bit more like that. And the door on window will obviously be fake. We'll be able to add some period-looking signage and some interpretation there with it. Additional elements to the park, we'll have some National Road themed elements and interpretation. We're still working on planning some of those, but it'll help expand our exhibits outdoors, and there'll be space for us to expand and add more later. It'll be a dynamic event space with various spaces along the pathway set aside where we can make them available for tent displays or vendors or other displays during events. And the stage will have an open area for blanket seating or chairs to be put up during entertainment. And then there will also be gardens and planting that'll come along after we get the majority of the landscaping done. And the stage will have an electrical hookup. So it'll be sort of a good point for a north end entertainment venue during town events. And the final slide I have, this is sort of just an overview, and you can see the extent of the pathway for planning. This goes almost all the way down to across the street from Schaefer Park's parking entrance, just behind the National Road Museum. And back there, we would have a sign for the museums that we could put open for our hours or whatnot. So people going to events at the park will know that our museum is open and will come up to Main Street and maybe explore the town a little bit more if they weren't already planning to. So what we would like is the town's blessing to proceed with this project.
Sure, does this have to come to you all first before we accept it?
No, sir, this is just, I would present it to the planning commission as information, but you're basically just doing gardening, with
Okay.
the exception of the building.
Yeah.
And those additions there. So all they need to file for is a building permit.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll include all their information, and I'll certainly present it to the planning commission, but they do not require a site plan. You all have already approved the use, you've already approved what's happening out there. This is just more of a continuation of the upgrade of that area for its historic value.
Didn't, at one point in time, you guys talk about having access for buses in the back? Or is
That we abandoned that.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, is that getting moved, or how would that work?
Well, I think when buses would come, they would pull up in the front where the loading.
They do
The
that.
turn where we were looking at was too
Too
sharp.
sharp,
Yeah,
okay,
too sharp
okay.
there.
That's why I was just wondering, because I do remember those conversations.
But those buses now come to the front to the living zone,
Zone.
change that to living, non-living.
Okay.
And it's been working out really well.
My only other question is, do we worry about parking? Like, if you're doing an event, I would assume they're gonna use the parking kind of at the park. Does it, you know what I mean, if somebody rents the community center parking? Is there any parking still between the First United Bank and
Yes, in the parking lot.
Lincoln?
Yeah.
No, I just wondered, you know what I mean, or
There's parking,
just kind of thinking
the
events
fire
when
company's
they're
parking lot
Yes.
is there too.
Yeah,
And Pleasant
they're
Center.
behind Alex's.
Right.
So they wouldn't be required to have certain parking spots if they're doing like a stage thing? I'm looking at it now.
I don't think so.
You're not changing the use or the intensity of what was originally planned. You're just putting in walking trails and making it a nicer visual entrance into the building. I mean, it's not as if they're taking it from a certain kind of venue that you all were already presented. They're just now doing it. They're
Well,
just
they are talking about
stages.
stage and rentals, I'm just worried about, you know what I mean?
It's a small space.
Okay,
I'm
I just,
thinking
you know what I mean,
20
like you
20
have a
people.
loud band, there are
Yeah.
houses across the
Yeah.
street or anything like that.
Big bands.
This is more like when they're with the Spring
Jubilee
Jubilee, where
and
they
the
have the
guitarists
music at
and
the
stuff
museum,
like that.
yeah, that sort of thing.
Trio or something
Yeah.
like that.
Gotcha. So I'm asking, that's why I say it is a small change, you know what I mean, I just, like, you know what I mean, you don't want.
We can put that on the permit, just make it clear.
Any other questions? We have a motion to give them permission or not to give them permission.
So move.
Which one?
Go with it.
I'll make it.
Go with it.
They made a motion to go with it. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to move forward. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Got a question? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Abstain, motion carries. Thank you. Joe.
Thank you.
Also just have, one other thing, one of our board members behind me, I didn't see Cindy sneak in there.
I've been here the whole
She
time.
just didn't hear.
I came before
He
you
was-
and before you did.
He was napping, he was napping.
I was gonna nap
Yeah.
back here. Also, we will inherit, our contractor, Pro-Nice, and Doug is here tonight. And also, we need to really thank, Senator Paul Quarterman, because he extended our, bond bill that we had, and to make this possible.
Good.
So, there's been a lot of work, behind the scenes, and we're really, really excited about this. Thank you all very much for coming aboard.
Do you think that one of you could possibly attend a park board meeting so you can explain what's going on here? If you want to incorporate the park with them, I think it'd be a good idea to have
Or
a
at least
discussion with
maybe
the
they
board.
could at least give me a copy of the PowerPoint.
Well, we got to speak to them.
They would-
We can attend and,
Yeah.
point out what we're
Yeah,
doing
because they-
and doing that.
They would like to, if you're gonna put, flowers and stuff like that up there, they would like to incorporate the native plants.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes, that is.
So, yeah, I would think that would be a good idea.
And we'll be glad to do that.
Yes.
Just let us know when. We'll be there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Well,
Joe.
thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your hard work.
You're very welcome.
Ray, you have the book for the public comments?
I do.
Anybody sign up?
Yeah, the gentleman from Boonesboro, Eric Kicken.
Oh.
My days of old.
Yeah. Days of old, yeah, there you go.
Could you state your name and your address for the record, sir?
So, nice job on the job.
Thank you.
Nice job on the job.
So as Ruben already pointed out, the election is tomorrow, and you all know I chose not to run. So I wanted to say, I have a brief note here, over the last 4 years, it's been an extreme honor and a privilege to work with you all. It truly has. I have enjoyed the heck out of it. I've enjoyed it a lot, and I want to say the same to the staff. Rachel, the chief, many of them sitting behind me back here. I'll even thank Drew.
Wow.
No, in all seriousness, I've spent a lot of
That's a
time
nice
with Drew. Oh, I've been learning a lot from Drew. It's been good working with him. I've really enjoyed it. I hope I've added some value. And if I can be of any assistance going forward, don't be afraid to reach out and ask.
Oh, I will.
All right?
So
what's the writing?
Yeah, how do we spell your name for the write-in?
Just, I always tell everybody, just like the room.
Eric, you got 2 minutes left.
And,
Start crying.
Oh, well.
I'll do that for you.
Anybody else?
No, that was enough.
No? Oh, okay.
Are you gonna cry, Ray?
Anybody,
Since you didn't, I have to.
anybody have any questions or anything with the audience? Okay. Okay, facilities reports, Public Works, Greg?
Yes, sir. I'll start with the public works side. The guys helped out at Green Fest this weekend. They picked up loaded up 12 pallet fulls of TVs from that event, completely stuffed the truck. Just two of them was down there. Staying on the public works side, you guys don't know, we had a huge sinkhole in behind the Boy Scout building, it just swallowed the whole creek. It was pretty bad. We put 30 ton of stone down, big stone, down in this thing before we could even get it up to where we had to get it to. So then we packed it full of, we put geo down first, then we put a bunch of clay on top of it, and it's been holding up. I fixed it the same way I did. We had an engineer come in years ago, and I fixed one 20 years ago, so I just did it the exact same way we did that one, and it seems to be holding just fine.
How deep was that?
I had a 30-foot tape measure, and I couldn't touch the bottom.
Wow.
I saw pictures. I was like, wow, look at that.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. I had to drive the tobacco back in there, and I was like, man, I hope I just take over. I had the window open, I was ready to jump out the side.
I thought we was gonna have Boonesboro Falls. That's why I was asking.
I lost tobacco. If you guys will remember out in Kinsey Heights one time when I said, oh, I was digging it, and the whole back it went down there, and you could just see the top of it. I was young, I was like in my early 20s, I was able to climb up out of it, get up on the street from the sinkhole.
That was never gonna lose you.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. So onto the water side, we actually got to start using that new hydro excavator that you guys bought. What a lifesaver. That thing is crazy fast. So we opened up the first hole and I was at the main in 15 minutes after I took the blacktop out. Wow. So it normally takes us 6 to 8 hours to fix a water leak because you gotta wait on this utility. I don't have to wait on this utility when I'm using that machine.
Good.
I still have to call them. So we had the whole water leak fixed, put back together in 3 hours.
Fantastic.
Yep. And instead of digging a 5 foot wide by 8 foot long hole that you got to use with the machine, the backhoe, I was able to do a 2 by 2 foot patch. It's all bigger, so it saves the stone, saves the blacktop,
And how many guys were working on that?
just a couple of us, yep, so it
A couple
don't
of
take
them
it.
times 3 hours of overtime. It'll pay for itself.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
return on
It was insane, I didn't think it was that fast, it took more time to take the blacktop off than it did to suck it. I got the video of it, but you guys want to see it, I showed it to Rachel and Mr. Kitchen right now, hold one day. It's crazy. Then staying on that to the sewer side, I went out to the plant for Pete because his bunch of drains were clogged up at the press building. It was an 8-inch line. That thing also has a flush on the back of it. So I took that flush up an 8-inch line and ripped all that stuff out, opened this drain right up without going down the road with it.
Good.
Saved a lot of money.
Yes.
That's all I have.
That's all you got? Everybody have any questions for Greg? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pete, public water and sewer?
I'll start from the water side. There's nothing really reported. It's running good. No problems, no issues, nothing's breaking down. Had a couple little minor leaks here and there in well 8 and Boonesboro water plant, but we'll take care of that. That's all good. Sewer side, it's been running pretty smooth. All but the inflow building. We've still been having some issues with the bubbler system that's in there that controls all the flow coming into the plant and sends it over to the SBR. So instead of, that thing is like, what is always the plant's original one that's been in there. It's starting to get outdated, so I had STH look into pricing us to convert it over to a transducer system instead of putting a whole another new bubbler system in there. Because we're probably would be looking at $20,000 or $30,000 to do a bubbler system, the whole complete thing. And do it this transistor or transducer styles, it would be only $6,000 because they were telling us a little cheaper first. But then they took a look at the panel. The panel's an older panel, so they're gonna have to do some reprogramming and put in a couple little devices inside the panel to make the new transducer style convert to that panel, make it all coincide together and work. So we're working on that part right now.
Well, it makes a lot of sense to do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot less moving parts, a lot less maintenance on it.
Right.
It's easy. We need to, if it goes down again, we can just keep the transducer in stock. We can just replace it.
That's it.
Because we want it.
Yep.
So it'd be great to go this way.
Good.
And just in case if anybody doesn't know, I will be out starting Thursday for at least 46 weeks. I gotta go in for surgery on Thursday.
Wish you the best of luck.
But you're fully staffed for 3 whole days.
Yeah. No,
Jim doing okay since he came back?
Yeah.
Good.
Doing good.
Anybody have any questions of Pete?
No.
Thank you, sir. Rachel, town manager's report.
So mostly updates on grants. I received notification that, it's just pending Board of Public Works budget approval. Our application for grant funding to build a pavilion by the park pond was approved. I wish I had said before Mr. Carnice left. I'm submitting the final reimbursement for the POS grant funding that is for the basketball courts resurfacing project, so that is finally done. I received the executed grant agreement for the $125,000 in state funding for the Crestview project, so they just need to, review and approve our contract with HRI, and then we can draw down on that funding. And, the ARC grant that I applied for inflow and infiltration, the funder has been asking more questions, so clearly our application is still in review. I mean, it's not confirmed, but they haven't told us no yet, so maybe we'll actually get it. And we have 2 anniversaries this month. Jesse, in the office is 1 year, and Officer Gilbert's 2 years. Time flies.
Sure does.
Anybody have any questions for Rachel?
Have you heard anything on the facade grant yet? Catherine said that, it would be mid-June is when the funds would, you'd be able to start drawing funds, and she said you would be putting something on
We
the
can draw
town.
funds in mid-June. I thought we drew them after July. She'll start reviewing applications.
Start drawing on funds in mid-June,
Okay.
yeah.
I know that there was funding left from last year for the commercial grant. The residential was depleted, but, we'll have new residential funding for this coming fiscal year.
Yeah, it says the town will open applications and begin advertising in May.
Okay.
I just got that.
Funds for the facade grant will be dispersed after July 1, 2026.
Where are you seeing
That
that?
was what I told the EDC.
Oh, well, this came from Catherine, so,
Okay, well, either way.
but you'll put something on the town.
Jesse has to redo, like the layout of it, because now we're gonna have this, like, in the past, we only had the one funding, but now we have commercial and residential, so he's breaking it apart, but that's like, he wants to do that after the election. So it'll be on there before too long. I have the application. If anybody needs it, I can email it to you, but, are you asking for yourself, or you want me to?
Well, my neighbor and myself.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just email you the application. That
Okay,
way you
that's
can Go
fine.
ahead and start working on it. It's just not on the website yet.
Okay,
But we did get the award.
thanks.
Any other questions? Thank you. Town planners report. Drew?
Okay, site plans and subdivisions, Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply actually has to go through both processes. Reason for that is the land that Ken Clements owns is 10 acres. Tractor Supply is taking a little over 3. We did have a meeting with Ken Clements out on site to find out what does he want to do. So they have to file a site plan because they're a commercial business. They have to file that, but they also have to subdivide. So our purpose of the meeting, one of the primary purposes was to find out if he's going to do the subdivision first or the site plan first. We're going to do them simultaneously. So they'll be coming through the planning commission. Battlefield Estates was on the planning commission's agenda. They requested that the town consider doing the rezoning that they want for Battlefield Estates through the comp plan process. Remember, there are only 2 ways you can rezone property. One, it's a rezoning request where you have to claim error or mistake. The other time you can do it is during a comp plan upgrade. So they were basically coming in asking if we would include it in our comp plan update so they wouldn't have to go through a rezoning. That was denied by the planning commission. They want them to go through the rezoning. The intention there is for notification of the residents, to give residents a comment, not to do it through the comp plan. And as you all probably recall, we intentionally, with our comprehensive plan, our new one, we did not go through any major zoning changes. It's been so long since the plan been updated. It just seemed unfair without justification to change the zoning. So we didn't want to go against that either. As far as the other ones, Ringley and Dean North are under review by the planning commission. They're working out interconnectivity issues, meaning they got to connect somewhere else now or in the future. Comp plan presentations, we have one starting Thursday night, another one on June 4th, and another one on July 9th. I'll hear this thing. I'll have a PowerPoint presentation. Primary focus of the comp plan meeting is to give a brief presentation, very brief. It is to take comments from citizens. That is the purpose of the meeting. Not to answer all their questions, to take their comments, because it's not Drew Bowen's plan. It's the planning commission's. I am going to catalog all of the requests, all of the things that people are asking for, so I can take them back to the planning commission. And that will all be stated at the meetings, but keep in mind, as far as this is concerned, we're looking for constructive criticism. I don't want to ever see a house built in this town ever. I'm not writing that down. That's not relevant. If you want to say you think the density's too high, that's too many people, that's a legitimate request. If you think that the road traffic is such that we need more interconnectivity, or you don't like this road going through here because it's going through an environmentally sensitive area, these are all legitimate questions and comments. I don't want to see any more construction. Again, those comments will be treated politely, but I'm not writing those down, or any other comments that don't have anything to do with the comp plan and questions about the comp plan. So just kind of giving you a little heads up on that. As far as, you guys should be familiar with Verdant, the text amendment, we had a joint meeting. Pretty good. I think everybody got a good feel of how it's supposed to work. I think everybody felt a little bit more comfortable with it. There's drafts that are going to be coming back, reviewed by the town attorney. There are a number of vacancies on the planning commission that we're working to fill. And zoning enforcement, lots of grass cutters going out, untagged vehicles. It's springtime, everybody's out looking around, so I'm getting calls. So those are going out. On the construction side, reservoir's kind of slow, kind of wait for Crestview. They'll be starting, it's probably, if you've been down 34, you've seen the cones, you've seen they've milled, you've seen they've cleared out by the stream. They're actually gonna start laying pipe tomorrow. That's gonna be there. Potomac Street, Mid-Atlantic, got their state highway permit today. They provided us with a flyer to give to all the residents. I'm not sure if that's gone out yet or not, but it was very well done. Had a question and answer. You know, what does it mean to be on this? What does this do to your water? It's just very useful, very helpful. So they're scheduled to start the beginning of June. So that's the plan there. J6 Boulevard project, everybody sees that. You can see the pole building going up. Electric's going in later this week from Denny Reeder. He's getting the electric in there. We get Scott moved over, and then then they can demo Scott's old building, and then they can demo everything. They cannot start the magic date now. The official magic date is June 10th. June 10th when they can start doing it. So again, lots of pieces out there. Poles still need. I filed for relocation of the poles in December. They're still not moved, but the design's done. So this is Potomac Edison. I've already talked to Excavating Associates about it. They smiled. They said this is what Potomac Edison does all the time. They'll show up right in the middle when we're grading. He goes, it's not a problem. It's one pole in the middle of our whole job site. They got to move 3 other ones going in different directions to line up the poles the right way, but he's willing to work with us. So a lot of stuff going on. You can see highs going on. There's a lot of things happening. Dean South, you've got, I think you've got almost 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 12 units out there that have foundations and concrete in them. Every time I go out there, another sign out there says sold. So I don't think it's going to take them very long to sell the rest of what's out there, at least at the rate they're going. So they do have open houses. If you didn't know that, there is somebody up there at the model 7 days a week. I think it's 10 to 6 or so. The hours vary, whatever. So that's all I have on planning and zoning and construction. Unless you have questions.
Did you say there was a meeting this week?
Yes.
What,
Thursday.
when is it?
Thursday night
At 7?
at 6.
Are they all at 6, Drew?
They're all at 6.
Thursday, yes, okay, thank you.
And I do have a question about McElwee's. I thought I saw a picture and his entrance is gonna be on 66, but when they built so they went off of Warrior Boulevard or whatever, just to put the building up and
That's
stuff.
just a temporary
Okay.
construction entrance. And one of the reasons they did that, there's a big 24-inch storm drain pipe that goes along Mapleville Road right in front of McElwee's house.
Mhm.
And it actually goes where his driveway's gonna go. So we want to let them get the pipe in first before we put a driveway in. 'Cause we don't want to put the driveway in and they show up 3 days later, they dig the whole thing up, so. And with Mr. McElwee moving his stuff from that side of the road to this side of the
Yeah,
road,
it's just easier.
it just made it
Right.
safer and it just kind of worked for all the construction. So
Okay.
it's just temporary.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else have any questions to Drew? Okay, moving on, chief?
All right, guys. On the numbers up top there, just look at the calls for service, 528 to 357 year to date. Oh, you didn't get it?
We didn't get it.
We didn't get,
All right,
I sent it to
Can't read, we don't have it.
sorry.
did it come in?
When did you send it?
It's no big deal. Just tell us what it says.
Well, so year-to-date this year, just.
I'll send it out to everybody tomorrow. Sorry.
We're 528, and in 2025 was 357. So just year-to-date through April, we've got a 47.9% increase in calls. So a couple other things to note. I mean, I'm not gonna go through the numbers. Like Amy said, she'll send it out to you tomorrow. Vantage Hall's all going well. They've got a really good security system up there. 2026 budget, we have almost $30,000 left in our police officers' equipment budget. And we need new computers, printers, and scanners. James is actually up to date because we had to update his with the Gladiator. We're looking at about $25,000 for the other four. So going to get that in the 2026 budget year. New tasers and body cameras by Axon. We got a really good quote from them. It's a 5-year lease, I guess you'd want to say, on the equipment. They first come in a little over $60,000 total, which would have been $12,000 a year. I believe we got them down to under $10,000 a year, right? Because that was what I asked for. So we have to get new tasers. I mean, we can't even have these worked on. We can't even get batteries for these anymore. And with that, I can't remember the exact state bill. It was 7 something. But it specifically talked about police equipment and municipalities. And municipalities don't keep up to date with what the state is saying, they're gonna pull funding. So Tony, I'm sure you read it. It did pass. It goes into effect October 1st. So we really got to stay up on our best. And right now, I thought we was gonna have to get radios, which they are ungodly. Our price was over $70,000 for 6 radios.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, but I talked to Russ Plant, and it looks like we're gonna be okay with these for at least another year or 2. So as long as they keep working with the Motorola's, we're good. So hopefully we can put that off a couple budget years. And the other thing we heard last week, Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the ambulance company called. The carnival's already asking for another extra day this year to move it. Remember last year they asked for an extra day because of the rain? But I don't quite understand because the only benefit is to the carnival. The ambulance company cannot sell food because their permit expires. It certainly is a big push for us because it adds a 10th day in a row for coverage, to the carnival. And Greg, have you been told that yet?
I have.
Yeah, so it hasn't been approved, right? And I guess my question is who has approval? Is it the carnival's set for a date. Last year, we I don't know who, it was fun because they had like 3 rain days. I get that, but to ask for it before the carnival even starts, I think is a big push to ask for. If you wanted to do it for an extra day, it should have been applied for. Greg did. Yeah.
Mayor Council should have to approve it.
Okay, yeah. So Amy, I'm not off base with all this because you got the call, right, from. Did you
No, I did not get the call, but I thought last year, doesn't the ambulance company rent
If they rent the carnival, I thought is what we were told.
for an
Yeah,
extended
last
period of
year,
time?
They had the carnival, they had the park rented, so it was kind of like we were out of
James got that, I'm sorry. You got an email, right? or a
I met
call?
with her.
Yes.
I met with her. Yeah, she's already asking to add the extra day.
But
Did
it's,
you say she? Is that the carnival people or is that
No,
Mary
she
Jane?
has Mary Jane. But technically they have the park till Monday, don't they, Kim? Because they come in power wash pavilions and all.
They actually have
You-
an entire extra week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a whole
They don't
bunch of
release
time.
it back to us until, I think it's the 6th.
That next weekend.
so we have no.
So they got time to,
They have.
So they could probably apply for the food permit.
see, they
now
gotta
to
get
go
the
the
permits
extra
from
day,
the
yeah.
county.
But they didn't, right, James?
They did not.
They're still not gonna sell food the extra day.
Oh,
They
really?
didn't
Yeah.
sell food the extra day
Well,
last year.
No.
Then they have
I
to
knew they did
apply,
last year because of the permit.
Yeah.
they have to apply with the gaming commission for an extra day to sell the tip jars too. They got an extension last year because the lady from the gaming commission pulled the license down so they could show it.
Yeah.
So they have to get that permission.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just letting the mayor and council know then that It looks like that's on the
Because we
table.
don't approve the carnival being 5 and whatever date right now.
No, I
We
didn't
just
think
give
it
them.
did.
For the rides,
Just
the
give them
rules, that's it.
permission to
No
use the
food, no
parking
nothing
so long.
Okay.
I hope we're not gonna start, well, public's starting this new habit, so.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, they will.
See, I always was
That's what
over.
the
I always
insurance is for.
They
check
had-
off my night.
Right off, there had to be someplace to be set up.
and they don't, that's just it. Apparently they're not
Doesn't
scheduling
benefit the
anything
ambulance company.
because of Boonesboro's ability, I guess, to extend them
Yeah,
for a week out.
one
So,
day's not too bad, but no more than one.
Yeah, they gotta have at least
Yeah.
4 or 5 days to clean the
Yeah,
park up.
because it's a mess.
yes.
Because they normally have to bring somebody in to reseed it and everything.
Yeah, we do all that ourselves now, to be honest, too. I think what Chief's trying to tell you is the ambulance company is leaving. We're not, and then Carnival wants to stay there by themselves.
Yeah.
It's not benefiting
No,
Boonesboro or the ambulance company at all. It's only benefiting Rod and Holford rides.
Now, last year it benefited the ambulance too, because
Okay.
they sold tip jars.
no. Well, they didn't sell food and they're not
They
this year.
didn't sell any food because they couldn't get any volunteers to work. The
Well, no,
food
we were
stand on
told
Sunday.
they couldn't sell food because of the food permit.
That's what we were told too.
Yeah, because
That,
people
that,
said
that
they
plus
were.
people wouldn't work. They were all tired and wanted to tear down Saturday night.
But the ambulance companies are paying you all, right, to work it.
They pay us, but the
But then
last,
that extra day takes up more of your time that's not being used on our town.
After 9
That's
days
the whole
already.
purpose.
Every
You
time.
all are our, you
yes,
work for us, not the ambulance company.
yeah, or the carnival. I
Right.
mean, so the deal I made last year was the carnival paid our guys that same rate of pay.
Uh-huh.
But we weren't going to provide security. I mean, we would be in the town, but we're not going to be at the carnival. They paid and they paid the guys that night. I mean, it was Jimmy and Billy that worked it the extra night, but you know, it's a big push on us because most
Right.
of us work 9 straight days
Right.
for that. And we're not complaining. I mean, that, you know, but
They didn't
yeah,
open that long that last Sunday in the evening. They were open in the afternoon.
I wasn't here, man. I thought it was like 5 to 10 or
I
something.
think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it busy?
They said they did well on that last day.
It must
They
have.
did on rides because they gave them a discount. You pay one price and you ride.
And then the election board has reached out to us and we're gonna cover the elections for spring and fall. Last time they asked the sheriff's office to do it. So they asked us, and so that's 10 days of early elections from June 10th to June 18th. I forget what the October dates are, but that'll put us there 24/7 for those days. So guys are gonna cover it over days off and stuff.
That's way too long. I mean, that's just, I don't get it, but, I mean, I don't.
And you can say no, correct?
We can, yeah, I mean, I asked the guys, and I am splitting, I don't do the carnival overtime because it's only 9 days and they get enough volunteers, but I am working some of the overtime at the election board, just to make it happen. Yeah.
So I guess back to the carnival adding a day, I mean, if you guys want to do it, you don't, I mean.
I guess it'll depend on if they want to pay 2 guys to do it, if they ask, if they,
What if you guys don't want to work a 10th day? Do they have to have police
they don't have
coverage
to.
from somewhere else, or is that going to be a problem, or then we're stuck with it anyhow?
Well, somebody would be in the town, you know, and have to respond to the call.
I'm not that interested in doing it just to benefit Reithoffers. Now, if it's going to benefit the other,
You
the
say-
ambulance company and all.
You say to benefit that, I mean, Mary Jane does get some money out of the
She
ride.
does,
She does get a
okay.
percentage, but
Okay,
it's
I
not,
mean, that's what I'm not, cause I don't know, why would a Mary Jane come and ask us?
I don't know.
Or they don't need our permission.
I guess they.
Because they already had it reserved.
So they have it reserved, so they don't need our
Yeah, so,
permission, so it's a moot point.
But
Okay,
are they looking to gain a little extra income in case there's a rain? I don't know what the, I don't know what the.
James, what was your conversation, James?
I think it just went so well last year. They had such a good business on that extra day that they're asking for it in advance now.
Okay.
Memorial
it'd be
Day weekend's
strictly
kinda
rides.
early too.
I'm sorry,
It's gonna be strictly the rides. nothing
just the
else.
rides, the ambulance company, they're not having food or anything.
But
Did the
will it
food trucks
be-
stay? Did the other
The,
food trucks
the
stay?
concession stands will be there, but
Didn't,
not the ambulance company.
didn't Roarsville have bingo last year? I think they opened. their
On the
bingo
extra
stand
day?
That extra day.
Mayor, I wasn't here.
I can't
That's,
I went
yeah.
very dark.
9 days was enough, so yeah.
so all the food vendors that work the ambulance or work the carnival will be there,
No,
just
Maybe
not,
not all.
not the ambulance company.
right.
That's right.
Just the food vendors. that-
So
Your elephant ears and
Right, yeah.
that'll all be
Yeah,
there.
they'll all be there. There's no food there.
You said they ran from 5 to 10?
I believe that's.
I believe it was, Tony. I mean, it was, I'm pretty sure it was 5 hours that they asked for us for.
I mean, she must have made good money or she wouldn't be asked. I mean, I'm just, I think it's a percentage from the rides. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we don't find tip charge too that time,
Oh, wow.
that Sunday.
I mean,
That's good profit on that.
Yeah.
Give us $500.
I don't know.
I think what the chief's concern is, and it kind of mine as well, is if we just carte blanche give them this permission, it's gonna become a regular thing.
Yeah, I get it.
It's
Yeah, I
only
get
a 10-day carnival.
it.
When does it become 11 and when does it
Yeah.
become 12?
Right.
I'm
Hey,
just,
we used to have 2 carnivals.
okay, well, I'm just,
Yeah, we do.
We did.
I think a lot of it will depend on if the ride company has another carnival to go to. Yeah.
and right now they don't, yeah. Right now they don't now, so they don't have anything till, pushed off till the following Saturday, I think is what they were saying. So,
As long as they're out there by Monday, because that takes me a week to clean that park up.
Absolutely.
Put everything back, put the seed down, it depends on how hard it rains, how bad you tear it up.
yeah.
It takes me almost all week to get that park back, put back the way it was before they got there.
Well, not to
Well,
mention
they
that
won't
we
be
start
out
having
on Monday.
reservations after.
If they get 2
that.
jobs.
Any other questions, Chief?
Sorry, guys, I didn't know.
Oh, no, yeah.
It'd been nice if she
Yeah.
came to Rachel or Town Hall and said something
When
about
she
it.
met with us, I did give her that advice to make sure she reached out.
Okay. Anybody else have anything come with the council?
Just questions about
Okay, Mayor and council updates and correspondence. I attended the Green Fest Festival on Saturday. Considering the weather and all, they had a very extremely good day that day down there on Saturday. I think the Lions collected several pairs of glasses right next to us, where we just taking the drugs and disposing of them. Green Fest was very successful. Give you an update on the 250th anniversary. The coin sets are now available. They will be available on July 4th over at the Ag Center. But if you are interested in purchasing them sooner, go on go to the 250th anniversary store. They're $25 a set, and they're on Potomac Street, North Potomac Street. Exactly the location, I'm not sure, but they have a sign on the front of them, 250th. And they have them there, you can purchase the whole set, that way you get a coin from all 9 municipalities plus the county's coin. Towns are allowed.
I wonder if that's the visitor center.
Yeah, it's right next to
You
that.
can also buy them online.
Yeah, you can go online too.
And BJ's.
Yeah, it's through
Oh, it's
BJ's.
BJ selling them too.
Keep those hands.
They didn't tell us that Thursday.
I got mine like 2 months ago.
They did.
at BJ's.
Good. They're also on July 4th, towns can set up tables, museums and all, 2 of our museum and hopefully James and them can go set up 2 that same day. There's gonna be a time capsule, that will be, if anybody from the town has anything that they want to put in there, coins, patches, 2x2, 3D, we'll put that in there for the time capsule. Has to be turned into the county no later than the end of May.
We put Eric in there?
Sure, he doesn't fit 2x2.
He just said.
He doesn't fit 2x2.
Great minds think alike.
Update on the day of the 4th of July, there will be 22 food vendors, 93 vendors, car show, multi-purpose building, band stage, is 250 merchandise will be sold that day. Plus the end of the day, there will be a drone show with fireworks combination that night. So they're really planning on a big event. They may come out with, they haven't gave any times yet when it's going to start, but they're looking at probably at the new training center using that for parking, and they will bus people back and forth because parking is gonna be a problem that night. And once you get in there, it's gonna be fun getting out too. It's hard getting in now with that night center, so. But hopefully they'll have things organized a little better. Any other correspondence?
You and I attended the Arbor Day tree plant.
Yes, we went to the Arbor Day tree planting too, very successful.
A little chilly that day.
But never know what's gonna happen at that time of the year.
And we attended farmer's market.
And we were at the farmer's market opening day, which they had a very good turnout for the first day,
How many years was it?
30 in it.
What did they say?
I thought it was 12.
12 or 13.
So how does this is something that's been going on for 30 years?
Green Fest only 17.
17.
Green Fest was 17.
Farmer's market is 12.
Well,
Our fishing derby is 30 plus.
that's,
30
that's
plus.
what's 30 plus, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was very well attended too. And again, it was a little cool, but, first group caught a lot of fish, but the second group, they just went fighting. But, some of the young kids really caught some nice big fish, so. Town's been busy and sounds like it's gonna keep on being busy. Reminder not to forget to go out and vote tomorrow, very important election. Young man, you've been sitting back here tonight listening to our meeting. Would you like to introduce yourself and your guest and tell us, are you here for a Meredith badge or something?
I'm Sawyer Agnes. I'm here from the Boy Scouts, and I'm just taking notes here for my communications merit badge.
Good luck to you.
I think you deserve that badge just for staying awake.
I think I saw his dad back there or whatever it was, giving him nudges.
Was he nudging him every now and then?
Yeah.
Congratulations and good luck to you. Scouting is our future. Anybody else have any correspondence? Here you go. Yes, sir.
You're about to hear some. I attended the Meet the Candidates meeting on Thursday. Terry was there as well. Impressed with the number of candidates that came out. I would like to see more councils, but I was impressed that, we had 2 congressional candidates come out. Robert Ficker and was it Burnett?
Burnett.
Very impressive. We had a candidate for sheriff, candidate for state's attorney, lots of county commissioners, and Ken came out, running for town council. He addressed everybody there. So I was, they rented the whole room. Diana Christie's running for state delegate, so she got the whole room together advantage. So, yeah, very, very impressive. I'm glad to see that the town, people, apparently we're important because we got the candidates.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
Very nice. Anybody else? Okay, new business. Donation request for 33rd annual Dwight Scott Memorial Golf Tournament. That is coming up June the 29th. We've done this in past year. We sponsored a hole, correct, Kim? We've given them $100.
$100.
I think the whole sponsorship
Yes.
amount. But we have money left.
Well, we would be a gold sponsor this year for $100, which would include sign at the hole. Yep.
And there's $400 left in the donation.
I will make a motion to give the $100 to the White Scott Invitational.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to give the 33rd annual Dwight Scott Golf Tournament $100. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Abstain, motion carries. Passage of ordinance 2601, adopt the FY 27 budget, tax rates, and water and sewer fees.
So, we had gone over a quick summary of it in the public hearing of the draft that was introduced in, April 23rd. So tonight, we look for passage or amendment, or passage or passes amended or rejected. Does anybody have any comments on it?
Pass as amended means with what Mayor Lee suggested.
Well, no, with whatever we suggest here now.
Okay.
I'm for increasing the COLA to the whole 3% across the board. And I sent out some areas of where, you know, I felt we could find the money differences in the budget. And one of them would be, I feel like we've underestimated the revenue in the state shared and local income tax. We also discussed about keeping the incentive for one-time employees for, you know, like that bonus incentive that we had before. We did not budget that this year. So I did not include that into my earlier email out, but Rachel said 4,000, 8,000, I don't remember. 4,000 budgeted before, which she said if we're selling the old truck, because we're replacing one, she thought we could get that out of that. So I would say we could increase our miscellaneous income to 4,000, which would be offset from the gain or sell of an asset, you know what I mean? Or that, you know, for that. And then, so that would be my 2 revenue corrections. And then, of course, refiguring the employee, pay, you know, COLAs into the budget, which came out to only like 30 couple thousand.
It was 18.
What was the last thing you said? 18,000.
It was-
It's 18 for the 3, sorry, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then the other 4, okay. So, yeah, I deducted some from, well, actually, I added to the highway, that was elsewhere. So do you want me to give you the recap of what I was looking at, or you said you had another suggestion, so.
Well, you had already mentioned about selling, the one truck.
Yeah.
And when we buy the new truck, I had budgeted 85,000, but, pretty sure it's gonna come in less than that, so it'll be less expensive than anticipated.
But yeah, I just was adjusting some, you know what I mean, out of office supplies, the cell phone, electricity in the water fund, you know what I mean, to come up with the differences. I took 1,000 out of biosolids, maintenance, supplies, telephone again, and the sewer fund to come up with the numbers across the board. I mean, I have it on a flash drive if you want to put it up on the screen.
What was the amount that you thought we were underestimating for, taxes? Was it 12,500?
12.5 was what I was using to come up with the money that we would need for the general fund.
Okay, so if you wanna keep it simple, I know that you
Yeah.
threw out a lot of
I know, that's
small
what I'm
dollar
saying,
things,
yeah.
But if we want to keep it simple and amend the budget so that every staff member gets a 3% COLA
Yeah.
instead of the 2% that was in the budget, that was
Yeah.
on the website. If we decrease the capital outlay for the truck by 11,000 and.
But that
we-
doesn't balance in your funds, because that's only water
And she's not done.
fund.
Not only water fund.
Okay,
It-
okay.
It can be
Be
justified across
justified
all
across,
3
okay,
funds
okay.
because he is water, sewer, and it has a snowplow.
Okay,
So it's all 3 funds. So if we decrease the capital outlay expenses by 11,000 and we increase miscellaneous revenue by 4,000 with conservative guess for how much his old truck will bring in. And then if we increase, state taxes?
yeah, the state shared income tax.
If we increase that 12,500, then it more than covers.
Yeah, but we have to do a balanced budget, but yes. Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if we need to like give the specifics, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what I would feel more comfortable doing if you would be open to it, so 4,000 miscellaneous revenue for selling the old truck and 12,500 for the increased taxes
Yes.
is 16,500, so the difference between that and the 18,600, if we decrease capital outlay by that much, it would still give us cushion just in case the truck costs more than.
Yes, I'm fine with that, yes, yes.
So then, if I can jump in and do your part. So motion would be to pass the ordinance as amended with increased miscellaneous income.
Yep.
Um,
State shared income
decrease the capital outlay and increase the state shared taxes.
And I guess you'd also have to increase your salaries.
And 3% control.
Yeah.
3%.
And the other offset was putting it in the employee
Oh,
thing, you know what I mean? Because that was where,
okay.
so that
Well,
would
it would
be
still be.
the other offset of the expense,
It would
yeah.
still increase the amount. It wouldn't be decreasing the capital outlay for the truck quite as much.
Correct.
So it would still have the wiggle room.
Rachel, are we talking about like for not having health insurance, that $1,000 bonus?
That's already.
Doing there and
Okay,
that's.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So 4 of us qualify for that then? 5, Amy too, right? They've all asked the question about instead of taking the money, because we're all aware of the budget, if they could get 40 hours of comp time. That's
I think
just
you
in our
should take that
department.
to the personnel committee.
Would that be so? Okay. I'm just saying it's up, it would save $5,000 right there.
I agree with that. I think we should pass the budget.
Okay. Yeah.
Bring that to personnel.
Okay,
And then decide in personnel because there might be others who want
okay. All right.
to do that. That
So
would
we
be
can discuss that later.
policy.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
God bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Stop it. You might want to.
There you go.
It's your hood I'd worry about. He was right there.
Now I know why you got stabbed in the back earlier.
Okay.
So,
Do we have a motion to accept the budget as amended?
Yes.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
The only other discussion I have is, I'm glad you're passing it tonight rather than waiting for a new council. to come.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it could be butchered.
That's right.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Abstain. Motion carries. Approval to repeal resolution 2402, amend fees for the connection to water and wastewater system.
As mentioned in the public hearing, now that we have the water and sewer connection fees in the budget ordinance, I would like us to repeal resolution 24-02 so that we aren't keeping track of the fees in 2 separate places.
I will
make a
make that
motion.
motion.
Mayor Lee can make a motion. I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Have any other further discussion, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Abstain. Motion carries.
Now, that is just the introduction for that one, so that won't be
Yes.
passed until next month.
Introduction of resolution 2602, amend zoning fee schedule.
So again, a summary of the zoning fee amendments. And again, this would be an introduction tonight and it would be passed at the June meeting. Anybody have any questions about the amounts that are in here? They're all backed by how much we're currently paying for these services, whether it be from legal or engineering or staff time.
I'll make a motion that we approve 26 now.
Now, we're introducing.
We're introducing. Okay.
Resolution 2602.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to introduce resolution 2602, amending zoning fee schedule. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Abstain. Motion carries. Anything else, Rachel?
No.
Anything else from citizens? Yes, sir.
Just one question to clarify. You raised the water and sewer tap fees, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, that's in the budget.
Okay.
In the budget order.
All of your ordinances go into effect 20 days after they're adopted, or if you set a date. So I'm just asking, are we going to go on 20 days after adoption? Or are we just going to make it July 1 for the beginning of our fiscal year? And the only reason I say that, I'm getting tap fees in daily from Dean South. So did it matter? Was it something you were looking for to go into effect in 20 days, which will be before July 1st? Or did you just want to make the fees effective July 1st? That's all.
Well, it's all part of the budget ordinance that is supposed to begin July 1st, but I will have to change the wording on it because it does state that it's effective May 31st. So that's a good point. So the answer to your question is July 1st.
Okay, great.
But I need to fix this.
Thank you, sir. Good question. Anything else, people, before we go to commission report? Okay, Park Board, Rick. I'm sorry, Mary Lee.
Barely this time.
Let's see, they had a jam-packed agenda at the park board meeting. Most of it was getting ready for the park cleanup, the update on the disc golf course, the Green Thumb, and, they did their annual walkthrough. I sent the list to Laura. I don't remember if I copied Kim or not. What I wrote down, they went in 2 different groups. Let's see. There was some discussion about adding more owl boxes. I think that's a scout project. There was also a discussion to add more bat boxes to help with the mosquitoes, because there was a complaint about that. Needed opening for equipment to avoid the walking path. I think they wanted to talk to you about that, Greg.
It did.
Okay. Chesapeake Bay funds to add more dog stations was discussed, the concert series was discussed, and then the fishing derby was discussed, and discussion about whether a golf cart would be permitted to be down there. And they still need to find out weight restrictions for the walking paths.
I learned that before about that.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think the consensus was that they didn't really want it on the walking paths anyhow, because it would be quiet if it's electric, and people are not used to it there, so it would go beside the walking paths, and they would have to have some kind of a permit that kind of like we get for, using the town debris site, you know what I mean, so not just, and it had to have a handicap placard, they were the script things we've done. And the fishing derby, as the mayor said, we had 49 kids in the 2 to 8 group and 47 in the 9 to 12-year-olds. 38 plus fish were caught, only like 38 talked to me. Did very good. We got $1,250 in monetary donations from area businesses, which was up from what I got last year, and $275 in in-kind donations, as in people bought snacks or bait and that kind of thing. So other than that, I thought it went pretty good without too much issues. So could have caught more fish, could have more people, less kids than last year by a good many, like 60 less kids. So, but
What's a plus fish?
what's that?
What's a plus fish? About 25 plus fish?
Well, sometimes they carry them out because they park at the library and go up the bank and don't tell me that they catch their fish. Oh, that's
Not
what plus
necessary.
fish, so it's 38 plus or minus, but definitely at least 38.
It's not a species of fish, it just.
No, like somebody came to get fish cleaned after we already tallied, so those things counted. That's what that was. No, it was 38 trash,
Raising
plus
the fishing ones.
additional trash.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions? Everybody?
Thank you, Mary Lou.
Oh, you were more than one.
Utilities Commission.
Sure. BMUC last met on April 15th. Reservoir update, town planner stated the work is moving slow on site with different tradesmen. He's beginning to organize the control room. Potomac Edison is on site getting the main power from the facility. That's both the transformer and the power lines. Potomac Street bottleneck, town manager and town planner both reviewed both proposals with the BMUC. The BMUC recommended Mid-Atlantic to replace the entire service line, which was proposal 2 that runs from King Road to the square at Potomac and Main Streets. And that was presented to the mayor and council. The Crestview Water Project, town planner stated that work would begin the following Monday of our meeting. Wastewater treatment plant will be the staging area. Survey stakes are at the location, and the PRV belts have been ordered, which are pressure reducing valves for the project. Water and sewer capacity study, town planner reviewed the options for the water capacity with the commission. The BMUC approved the following option. We would remove the Schaefer Park well source and approve site plans only for future capacity calculation. The BMUC will start looking into the Fletcher Grove well information that was gathered a few years back and concentrate on our water loss. The 4-line camp pilot program. The company's offered to place part of the equipment down at Greg's Public Works parking lot to allow full use of the Ready System attributes. They need to file for a temporary FCC license to place the equipment, which Forline is working on, and then they'll be able to start training Yvette and others on the system for all the attributes that can be utilized. Fletcher Grove well yield test, the paperwork was presented by the town manager from the results that we had of a 2022 test for that well located at Boonesboro West Site A, which is out at Fletcher's Grove, out of Fletcher's Grove, which is also known as Fletcher's Grove. The well depth is 230 feet. The flow was at 350 gallons per minute for a sustained 4 hours. The well has potential of producing up to 500,000 gallons per day. Under new business, MDE had a comprehensive inspection of the wastewater treatment plant. That was the first time that had been done in over 15 years. And Pete and his team do a wonderful job, and they had a great inspection report from the inspector by the name of Pete Resch. Water and sewer connection fees. The BMUC had previously voted to increase the water connection fee back in March of this year. Excuse me. They did not take any action on the sewer connection fee at that time, but the BMUC approved the following. The new connection fee for water was $12,000, which we talked about, and the sewer connection fee would be $18,000. Meter cost would be at prevailing rates, and they wanted that in the budget for this FY27 to be in effect July 1st, 2026. Policy for new builds, so we had a discussion by the town manager, the town planner, and our admin. Yvette, a result of the following policy to be implemented, zoning certificates will not be issued until all fees owed to the town of Boonesboro are paid, and then the quarterly billing will then start. This policy change starts with all new builds moving forward. Utilities and public works updates we already reviewed earlier with the gentlemen that are sitting out here with us tonight, and we meet again on May the 20th, right here at 6 p.m.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions of Tony? Hearing none. Planning Commission, Eric?
Yes, sir. I'll go over the agenda here, and I'm sure I'll repeat some things Drew's already said. Tractor Supply, myself, Tony, Rachel, and Drew did meet with the property owner, as Drew already indicated. Standing out there looking at that site, over 3 acres, that is huge down through there, what Tractor Supply is going to take. I was just surprised how big it was. So that'll be coming to the Planning Commission very soon for approval. Battlefield Estates, that is the old London Falls site on Orchard Drive, 10 acres. The fellows were here again, the landowner and his engineer. As Drew said, they want to rezone it. Their intent is to request building 72 3-story townhouses. Trying not to lose my voice here. They talked about they would be $400,000 starter homes. I pushed back on that quite a bit. $400,000 is not a starter home in Boonesboro. Maybe it is in Boca Raton where they're from, but it's not here. The landowner came to the commission, and to use his words, he pleaded with us to pass this before. So I pleaded with him. I used his words. I'm going to plead with you. You have an approved site plan for 48 active adult single-story cottages building. And that was my exact quote. Is that correct, Drew?
That's accurate.
And I was very adamant about it.
I don't know why he keeps starting the townhouses, because he's already told, I don't know how many times,
Well,
several years ago, no.
they're going to keep trying it until they get it right, I guarantee you. So anyway, that's about the story on Battlefield Estates. So they'll be applying for the rezoning, and we'll go from there. Drew's already talked about Ringley and Dean North. It's darn near necessary to have a secondary access out there, especially Dean North, that you all have seen the drawings. The only access they have in there is through a cul-de-sac, which is terrible. So they're aware of it. Drew's been working with them. The comprehensive plan, public meeting scheduled, Drew went over it, but again, I'll say 6 o'clock in this room on May 14, June 4, and July 9. And I would encourage this body to attend at least one of those meetings because that will be coming here for approval at some point. So that's the comp plan that's been being worked on for quite a while. A lot of good work's been done on that. The review of the text amendment for the site plan process. That was something actually we didn't touch on, Drew. That's going to get pushed down the road for another month or two. That was something that the attorneys had for probably about a year, and it was just us tightening up our site plan process. Basically, I had asked Drew way back when. I'm confused. When do we need a site plan? So we're just trying to tighten that up. Is all that is.
And deadlines for site plans.
Yeah,
That's
and deadlines.
That's the big key one that everybody remembers. It's important for us, for budgeting
Right.
and caps and all that other stuff.
Yeah, meaning once you have an approved site plan, when's it run out? If you've had it for a couple of years, you all start to build it or withdraw it. The floating zone text amendment, I'll just remind everybody, I'll try to get the words right here. I try to think about what I'll say. So this is a text amendment to our zoning ordinance of 1995. It actually has nothing to do with the new comp plan, I'll say. So it's a text amendment. It is not just pertinent to Verdant. That's the thing everybody hears about. This is pertinent to any developer. Now, it's true, Verdant's the only one that's really been actively engaged, but it's pertinent to any developer who, the way the wording is now, 100 or more contiguous acres in town. So it really only applies to, at this time, to Verdant, King Road Associates. They're the only two that really have over 100 acres. So it's not just Verdant, but people get that confused. So it was on April 22nd. The developer was here, his attorney, the town attorney. As Drew said, it was a good meeting, a lot of back and forth discussion. And I'll pick my favorite two pieces out of this thing. I'm sure you all get a kick out of this. His proposal is 1,010 active adult homes. Okay, and I said I have a counter proposal. I was really more or less joking, but I said I have a counter proposal. How about estate lots, 1 to 1.5 acre lots with one house on each lot? Well, we can't do that, sir. It's really against the law in Maryland for the land use because the ground is annexed, that sort of thing. But frankly, I think it would look nice back through there if we have to build something. But anyway, I kind of get laughed at about that, but I thought it was something to throw out there.
Did you plead with them?
What's that?
Did you plead with them?
No, I didn't plead with them. No, I didn't. But this was the one that tickled me. We have to tighten this agreement up. I mean, honestly, we've heard, once the master plan is approved, there's no changes to the master plan. We've heard this and heard this and heard this. So what's the last page say? Subsequent modifications to an approved master plan. Well, I let them know what I thought about that. They said, here's what we'll do if there are minor changes. I said, well, what's minor and what's major? I said, sooner or later, the market is going to change. And you're going to be just like the guy beside of me on Orchard Drive. You're going to come in and say, oh, I can't build all those active adult houses now. I have to make it X. Well, we wouldn't do that, so on and so forth. I said, well, the precedent has been set. The guy beside me is going to do it. So I was kind of adamant. Let's define, well, what's a minor change? What's a major change? Who approves it? And if we've heard, once a master plan's approved, it can't be changed. Why is this paragraph and this whole page even in there? You see, they got 4 whole sentences in there about how that would work. So I'll push back on that. We've got to tighten this thing up because we all know the market is going to change before this whole process is done. So we just have to tighten it up. So I won't go on about that. Those are my 2 comments about that. Finally, Our typical meeting is May 26th on Tuesday. We're going to push it to May 28th at 7 o'clock as opposed to 6 o'clock. May 28th at 7 o'clock because it's high school graduation on the 26th.
And we do not have a quorum because we have two of our members, we're down 2 members and 2 of our members have kids graduating. So we modified it.
Right. That's about all I wanted to go over on that, Mr. Mayor. I do believe, is that all fair, Drew?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anita was a miss. She's our unofficial planning member.
Need to make you official planning commission. You come to all the meetings, you might as well be on it.
Get that big thing.
Yeah. You've heard about that.
Aaron, did you tell me you were leaving?
What's that?
Did you tell the planning commission you were leaving?
The planning commission has asked me to join the planning commission if whatever happens
It
tomorrow.
doesn't
night.
get reelected.
Yeah.
Anybody
And
cry?
I've also been asked to join the utilities commission possibly. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just take the summer off.
You might be more busy than you.
Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's,
Anybody else have any questions of Eric?
I want to know why Tony and Ray both want me to go in the time capsule.
I don't know. You wouldn't picture nothing.
You're an icon.
Because you talk too much.
Hey, they open that thing up 50 years later, you still be talking.
Only finally.
Only Camilla could say that to him.
I've known him longer.
Lisa says I talk too much. Is that the pot calling the kettle black?
I'm not touching that.
EDC, right. We're gonna move on after that.
Yeah, I tried to cry, I'm getting all choked up. So our last EDC meeting was on the 28th. We had guests. We had the organizers of the JFK 50 come out. It was Mike and Maria Spinner. Spindler? Okay, yeah. Anyway, they were expressing their displeasure with the county commissioners. They have taken care of this year as far as having the JFK, Paul Portman, Senator Portman, they would have to make some funds. They're looking for a more stable commitment from the county commissioners. I told them of our efforts and expressing to the commissioners. Tyler will be the county liaison for EDC. We'll also continue to express and put pressure on the commissioner to ensure we get a permanent solution to this and we maintain that in Washington County. Let's see, a couple things here I've got. We are gonna have a mixer. It will be next Thursday. It's gonna be at the Green Hill Farm, which is on Mondale Road down in Sharpsburg at 6 o'clock. That should be fun. And we're looking at another one in July, probably July 16th, and one maybe in October, possibly at Bigfoot. Should be fun. Talk about the facade grants, apparently money's available, will be dispersed after July 1st.
Good luck to you.
Hey,
Thank you.
take care, guys.
That's good, that's a good door too.
Keep on, right? Farms, let's see, farmers market, they had ribbon cutting, I didn't make it. That was nice.
It was good.
It was.
Okay, good. They're gonna have a ribbon cutting for the disc golf course as determined whenever it's officially open. And let's see, Boothborough Town Alliance, they're discussing funding discussions of local businesses and banks for their projects. Planning continues for the food truck fest and the bites and beverages events. Girls Night Out was last Thursday. Anybody go? I was at the meet the candidates. You did after the meet the candidates?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. How was it?
Very nice.
Okay. Getting better every year. There is a Appalachian Trail Community Advisory Board. There's been a recommendation made. Terry, I don't know if you ever get a chance to express this to the
environmental commission that they would like to transition that opportunity to the environmental commission as its current focus aligns more closely with education and conservation. So I'm sure that environmental commission would love to. take the
Spice
role.
Cromie's in charge of the Appalachian Trail stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure she knows about it.
Okay. Right. I didn't want to. And Ken is, of course, if Ken does become a member of the council, there'll be an opening on the EDC, possibly 2 openings. And we have someone already in.
Anybody have any questions of Ray? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Environmental Commission.
We had a meeting April 9th. I gave that report on April 13th, so we don't meet again. We meet tomorrow, Wednesday night. So I have nothing else to tell you.
That's the drone and respect.
Yes, Wednesday. I don't know that he'll have his drone with him, but I guess we will, I don't know. I don't know what will happen.
He called me today and asked a bunch of questions about Schaefer Park, and I sent him a bunch of GIS stuff.
Okay.
Some other plans so that he could match it up with his flying to present to you all, so he's working on it. Because I talked to him this morning for about an hour.
Okay, good. Probably gonna be a long meeting. What a way for me to go out, huh?
Okay. Thank you, Terry. Anybody have any questions, Terry? Does anybody else have anything to come before the
I
council?
just want to really thank Eric and Terry for their commitment and help through the years on the council and all the projects. And we will both be.
Now I'm gonna.
I'm crying.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Official
They're both on speed dial, they're not going anywhere. They can be reached. And
Thank you all. Thank you both.
Been my pleasure.
Get out and vote tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow's a big day and
8 to 8.
7
we
days.
are.
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
Don't take that hour from us, Howard.
7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
How many times can we do?
Many times as you want.
Many times.
Anybody have anything else? Hearing nothing, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
There you go.
Motion.
There you go.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, abstained, motion carries. Thank you. Great. Yes, sir. You have a beautiful evening.